Hello, hello, back again. I just want to show you a cello which just arrived from a customer who went to Sicily to make a vacation, and during his vacation, while he was playing the cello, he saw probably my videos and he said, "Hey Edgar, could you get it done better?" Now I know the cello how it sounds because he went on the way on his vacation, he left the cello, he passed by just to visit me once, and I had the chance to listen to the cello, and I told him how much he would have to pay to get it better sounded, and I gave him a sound guarantee on that. The cello is just arrived. Okay, this was very quick. This is UPS, and we ship with UPS as well as DHL, but UPS recently is very good to us, and so we ship with UPS. Now this is here. I was a little bit surprised how it arrived, but now I will open it up and then I bring it immediately to the workshop, and we get immediately started because very likely he will show up tomorrow on his way back to Germany. Yeah. Very nice. The fitting, he just packed it separately as I told him, because if he would put it to the cello inside, then it would just damage the instrument even more. But it's not a problem here. So he certainly shipped it without the strings up, so then you can allow to sand it like this. But otherwise, if the strings are up, you would just sand a mechanical bomb, and this is something we don't want you to risk with your instrument, okay? Very good. We put it here. Here I have to find the beginning of the tape. He was very generous with the tape. Wow. And then he zipped it like this. So you can only ship an instrument like this if you take off the strings. If it is a soft case, which I'm not a big fan of soft case because it's too dangerous, even if in a traditional case with the strings up, you cannot just immediately wrap this and sand with strings up, okay? I show you how we will sand. This is a different video. Right now we focus on this instrument, and I show you what we're going to do with this one in order that it sounds better. Yeah? Ooh, he was really he did a great job. I didn't expect this surprise. Arthur is getting really tough work. Oh my God! Oh, he did a good job. It's a sign that he loves his cello very much, right? This here is now the cello from Arthur. He stayed here, passed by, and showed me the instrument. He even played a little bit, but we didn't play too much. I didn't at that time think about making a video about it, but I think this is the reality of many out there watching these videos and trying to understand what they do not good enough and what they could do better. Same thing as on the cello, even for the violin, same thing, even double bass, whatever. It's more or less the situation is like this. The instruments seem to be that the strings were like rubber bands, and the tone itself was not a clear tone, but was like something like this. Might be the string, which was very old, but actually there was not anymore a focus, there was not anymore the characteristics of a cello itself. And certainly the instrument here, it is the label says Anton Schuster Bayersdorf, which is close to Erlangen, Nuremberg, northern part of Bavaria, where the violin makers are in Germany. 1965, and when I look at it, I see a lot of a fingerprint of Romania. So at that time, Germans did these kind of things. They got the instruments made in Germany, and then maybe they varnished it and they sold, you know. Same thing like over 100 years ago, the French, actually the makers from Torino got instruments from France, and then they varnished it with their typical Torinese varnish. Now this instrument has a lot of problems. I saw already from the outside that the sound post, for instance, is 11.5, and I would make it 10.5 since I know that it doesn't sound very well. And it is, the upper part here is like, without exaggerating, it is, now here it starts and then it is arched like this, which is a lot. Now we know that there is arching, but it is not that much like it is in this sound post here on the upper part. And probably how they do one thing, how you do anything, you do everything, and even on the lower end. So this is already, we have to redo it a little bit in a better way in order that the sound post is reacting on adjusting it with the sound when I have the musician next to me. The bridge is a French bridge, and maybe we will find something. Actually, usually on this kind of instruments I take the bridge which I have and then I just readjust it, but in this case I very likely will try to make a new bridge in the Belgium, which is a little bit more reacting. We will try to make in quick time a better bridge in order that it emits a better sound. And yeah, also here measurements are not 11.6, 11.3, so they made it also a little bit how it happened. And here in my workshop things don't happen. We make them how they should be, otherwise customers would go to a different part. Here, instead of being arched, it is even concave. So I think this is pretty at the very end of its life, and we will make a new bridge. So sound post bridge. Then we will probably revise a little bit this crack here, which very likely has been from the very beginning from the instrument, but because it seems like a mistake of the wood itself. So this is also something. We will take away a little bit the scratches. And something which I saw as well is a bumpy fingerboard. So we will take off this upper nut and retouch the fingerboard. Okay? I better get started here. Now, the only thing is that how you probably imagine already, I don't do everything myself, and the fingerboard probably while I go for lunch, because now it's already lunchtime and the other ones are all away, I go now with Anna for lunch, and Marco will make the fingerboard. Now I just want to take off the upper nut here, and this is something we can do quick together here. And I do it like this on my chair like this, and I will just put a drop of alcohol on here, and I just put a tip of alcohol on here. Yep. Now I put the alcohol because the alcohol takes away the humidity of the glue when it is evaporating and makes the glue, I hope they used hot glue, and it makes it brittle. Just want not to damage the varnish of the scroll, so I put it like this. It has difficulties, and that could be because there is super glue used to take this off. So in case it is like this, then I take a different way, and then I put first a ruler like this. then a roller like this, and then I hammer with a hammer like this in order to have bigger surface. This here is a nice ugly thing like this, and then I have my roller like this. Usually I have some people here helping me by doing this. I can hear already that there is something. This has been glued definitely with super glue. So I will tell to Marco to take it off, and we have to redo it. Because if it doesn't, after hammering like this, even it's bursting the ebony and it doesn't even move at a single way, then this one has been glued with super glue. This is a pity. I don't want to take too much of your time. I just take off this one here, probably with a chisel, and then Marco makes the fingerboard, and then we make a new upper nut. This is the only thing. Okay. And I will continue hammering here, but I don't want to annoy you here. This is like impossible. So we have to take it away with the chisel. Okay? This is typical shitty. I take it away with the chisel, and we see us after lunch. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon. Okay, so now we're here over 4 hours later. Min has changed in the meanwhile the sound post, or actually changed. She remade completely the sound post because the other one, as I showed you before, was completely round and was a cartoon of a sound post. Marco was planing the fingerboard. I guess he had a lot to plane because there were so many bumps inside. And the upper knot he took away was the first thing he took away, because the other one was actually glued with super glue or instant glue, and should not be glued like this, but with hot glue or with hot glue. So we made a new one. We still have to make it completely. Min is working on the bridge, and all the three of us are busy with this one. But I'm glad that we are three of us all focusing on this, because the owner of this cello will come in 45 minutes, and we're trying to do our best for him. Okay? So now I cut the lengths also from the fingerboard, which is here, I think it was 59 centimeters. The length is measured from where it starts, like this, all the way down, and here we are at, without glasses I don't see, but it's 59, and so I cut it off. Let me see if I, because I don't see it very nice, I cut it off at 58, okay? Yeah? So I cut it down, and so for you probably this seems very dramatic, so you just see he just cuts off all the fingerboards. It's not true, it's just another tiny detail with all the other things which actually we did here. But this one, certainly he won't miss this last centimeters, and it's just for every note he's playing, less energy he has to put into the whole cello to make it sound. And I'm just getting started here. So I think that was a very nice cut, and he will be a happy man. I clean it a little bit with a file, And this one is just vibrating without. This one, by the way, is very new one, and that's why it cuts so great. And out of the old ones we make scrapers. This is my new file from Luteria shop here from Viazelli. And don't want to see this, but I have to turn it around. I would say I just make it nice, and we see us once Arthur is coming and he's playing the first note, and we want to see his face. That's it, right? See you later.
So here, this is finally Arthur. He doesn't want to know who he is, so he put it on the mask. And but he just came here, was waiting. It's not finished completely. There are still some things here of the varnish, but they have to leave, and are really under time pressure. I will give my best. So in case another colleague of mine will see the cello, they will say, "What did they do here and here?" We did magic meanwhile, and I think it is great if you just try to look through the mask of him when he's playing now the first time again his cello. This is not his bow, it's a bow from Andreas Dörfler, but so then he can concentrate on the sound. I just go away here and you can see. Very beautiful!
Ja.
Yeah, it sounds.
Klingt viel besser.
Klingt vieles besser, ne?
Ja.
Okay.
Sehr schön.
Yeah, so we leave it like this. I just finished the varnish and that's it. Okay.
Einfach ein Foto von euch machen.
Natürlich, ne?
Das ist eine Sofortbildkamera. Ihr habt noch
Mit
eine
so-
Möglichkeit.
super, ne?